Hello again, friends. Matt with Eddie's Guitars coming to you as always from St. Louis, Missouri, and we've got an extra sweet little guitar to share with you folks today. This beautiful creation comes from our good friends out at Atkin Guitars, all the way across the pond there in the United Kingdom, and I have to say, all of the guitars that they have been sending us, we have really been enjoying. This is the Atkin L36, very much so a vintage-inspired sort of L00 recreation that they just do a fantastic job with. It's a very lightly built guitar, definitely very lightweight, very resonant, and again, just certainly checks all the boxes for that kind of woody sounding, barking, vintage style guitar that this is aiming for here. You can see the top that we started with here is kind of standard for them. It's a Baked Sitka Spruce top. However, the sunburst that we have applied to that Baked Sitka Spruce is a darker than normal sunburst. We requested a extra dark sunburst, and I have to say they knocked this out of the park. It's even better than what I was envisioning in my head when I asked for this darker burst. Of course, we have that beautiful fired stripe pickguard accompanying the sunburst there, and we've got no purfling on the top of the guitar whatsoever, making it very simple. We also have a rather simple ivoroid rosette going around the Soundhole there as well. Back and sides of this guitar, a beautifully straight grain set of Honduran mahogany. You can see that kind of walnut colored stain that has been applied to this mahogany. And again, you know, good straight grain mahogany is absolutely fitting for this style of guitar. Again, very resonant, very light sets of wood here. The body of the guitar is bound in a very handsome aged ivoroid binding. You can see that nice kind of creamy color. You know, very off-white, definitely not a new looking binding material, fitting the rest of the kind of vintage inspired kind of look of this guitar. You can even see on the finish all over the guitar, it has that really nice checking treatment that they do, giving it kind of an aged look. It's not beat up or relict, you know, dinged up or anything like that. You'll find no dents in this guitar of any kind, but they do the lacquer checking on these that is just ever so tastefully done as far as I'm concerned. All the way up on the headstock, you can see a very dark walnut veneer, headstock veneer there. And all the way up top, you can see that nice gold Atkin logo, and of course that beautiful banner, harkening back to an earlier era. Maybe simpler times perhaps, but very cool banner that they do on the center of their headstocks for this series of their guitars. We have a slightly wider than standard 1 3/4 inch nut width. Typically their standard nut width is going to come in at 1 11/16. The standard bridge spacing would come in at 2 3/16. I just want to make special note that this is 1 3/4 at the nut and 2 1/4 down here at the bridge, so a little bit wider on both sides compared to what they do standard. This is a killer feeling C profile neck. There's no V profile to it whatsoever. It's a nice even C, and it doesn't get terribly fat as you work your way up towards the body. It's a very reasonable taper, very playable, whether you're going to do capoing up high or even just getting some complex chords up high on the neck. It's very manageable to get there. This is a 14 fret guitar as well, so you're not sacrificing anything in terms of real estate on the fingerboard here. The guitar has been entirely braced with fully scalloped out, and like I said, this is a light guitar, fully scalloped out. Sitka Spruce braces under the hood here. Again, just super resonant, super lively, very responsive, very immediate, and has a nice attitude to its sound as well. Bit of growl in there, a little bit of woodiness to its attitude. Again, I just think everything that they have done with this guitar is a really great representation for kind of the, you know, kind of the vintage L00s that it's sort of mirroring. Really a great job. We will enthusiastically take a listen to this beauty now.